Struggling to remember note names? Try this simple trick. Okay, here we go. Remember, in the treble clef in the right hand, right, on the treble staff, we have 4 spaces, right? The first space is F, in the second space there's A, in the third space there's C, and in the fourth space there's E, right? Okay, if we go to the piano, then F would be here, right? F. Okay, then the second space would be A, right? Then the third space would be C, and the fourth space would be E. And what does it spell out? F-A-C-E, face. Okay, that's the first trick to remember this particular word, yeah, for the 4 space notes in the right hand. In the second trick, right, we're going to learn all the notes on the lines, right? They're called line notes, and all of these notes spell out a word, and I would like you to remember those. So the first note is going to be E, right, over here, right, and it is on the first line, right, and it spells out every. Remember that, yeah? E, every. Okay, the second line note is over here. It is G, right, and it spells out good, right, over here, good, yeah. The third line note, right, is over here. It is B, right, which is here, right, and it spells out boy, right, B. It spells out boy. The fourth line note, right, is over here. It is D, right, and it spells out deserves. Okay, deserves, right, D. And the last line note, which is on the fifth line, right, is F, right, and it spells out fudge, right, fudge. So if we put all the words together, we can have this sentence: every good boy deserves fudge, right? And those are all the line notes on the treble staff, right? And if you can remember that sentence, then you'll also be able to remember all those note names. So this is the third trick, and this is with the left hand, right? You see that all the notes are in the bass clef on the bass staff, right? And here we're going to deal with the 4 spaces again. As in the right hand with face, right, we have other note names in the left hand in the bass clef. And the first note name here is A. Okay, right? And it is in the first space, and it spells out all, right? All. Okay, the second note name is C, right? And it is in the second space, right, as you can see, and it spells out cows, cows, right? The third note name, E, right, is in the third space, right, as you can see, and it spells out eat, eat, right? The last note here in the space, in the fourth space, is G, right? G, it is here on the fourth space, as you can see, and it spells out grass, grass. And if we put those 4 words together, we can spell out the sentence: all cows eat grass. Remember that sentence, because it will help you finding note names quickly in the left hand, in the space, right? Space notes. All cows eat grass. Okay, in the fourth trick, right? We're going to spell out all the note names with a sentence, right, on the lines, right? So, as you know, right, it's 5 lines, and the same thing as in the treble clef. These are the 5 lines in the bass clef, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the note on the first line is G, right? It is on the first line and it spells out great, great. The second line note is over here and it is B. It spells out B, right? And it carries the word big, big, right? The third line note is D. It is over here. It is on the third line, right? And it is D, which is over here, and it spells out dreams, dreams. Okay. The fourth line note is F, right? It is over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, F, and it spells out four, four, right? F. And the last line note, which is the fifth line, right? On the fifth line, right, it spells out A. A. Good. And yeah, it is over here, astronaut. It spells out the word astronaut. Okay, so if we can put all those words together, the sentence will be great big dreams for astronaut. Remember those, right? Or remember that sentence, and you'll be able to spell out all the line notes in the left hand. One more time. Great big dreams for astronaut. Okay, this is a recap of all the 4 tricks we have learned to memorize note names. So the first trick was face, right? F, right? A, C, E. That was in the right hand on the treble staff, right? And it was the first space, second space, third space, fourth space. Okay, then the second trick was every good boy deserves fudge, right? Every good boy deserves fudge, right? And those were the 5 line notes, right? From bottom to top, first line note, second, third, fourth, and fifth line note. Okay, then after that, we went to the left hand and we reverted back to the 4 space notes in the left hand, right? And this started with all cows eat grass, right? All cows eat grass, right? And A was the first space note, C second, E third, and D 4 space notes, right? And in the last trick, we went back to the line notes, right? And the first line note was G, B, D, F, A, and it spelled out great big dreams for astronaut. Great big dreams for astronaut. Okay, that's it. If you can remember those 4 sentences, it will be a lot easier to remember note names, and you know where you are on the piano, and also you will learn to play songs a lot faster.